Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of all ages. Welcome to WNF. Here we go again, bringing out some of the baddest teams on the planet for you here on World of Tanks console. 9 p.m. White Wolves, THT. 10 p.m. L7 NFTG. All right, here we go. First matches coming out this evening will be in the 880 encounter format. Looks like Himmelsdorf will be our first go. So tonight's moderator, WNF moderator, longtime friend of mine here, going on, wow, almost 6 months. Not bad. Not as long as I've known my co-host though. But what up, Mr. Legit? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Hales. How are you?
Oh, not too bad, buddy. Not too bad. Over to you, the man, the myth, the legend, Dis. Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here, and I'm very pumped about both these matches tonight.
Lone Killer, thank you for that subscribe with Twitch Prime. Thank you so very much. Welcome. Welcome. Remember to sync your Twitch with your Discord, and you will go gold on the WNF Discord server. So I'll post up that information later on tonight. But back to what we got at hand. THT and White Wolves. White Wolves first time out on WNF. Dis, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think White Wolves has been doing some work kind of behind the scenes, getting their team ready for competition. So I think this is going to be a really good test for them. The Honored but True are a solid team to, test their mettle tonight. So I'm really looking forward to this matchup.
Oh yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how we go. What's our maps for this one? They're legit.
First map up will be Himmelsdorf Night. That is selected by THT. And the second map we will go to will be Ravaged Capital, and that is WW's pick.
Yes, with THT being on the right, do we know which side that we would put them on?
So, yeah, so on the right-hand side, that's going to be the southwest. So that's going to be down in that K1 spawn, and the opposite of that is going to be the northwest, which is going to be where the White Wolves are going to be. Probably a little advantage getting up in terms of getting up to the cap, but yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see if we're going to get our traditional kind of big hill brawl, or if we're going to see some flanking action. And you can normally tell pretty quickly by what kind of tanks they throw up. I think the best opportunity for flanking on this map is definitely if you're on the south. That long climb up the B line, if you get the right tanks down there on the 2-3, you can really put some serious damage in and wound a lot of slow-moving tanks. So far, the White Wolves have a very quick lineup in terms of their heavies, so they're not messing around if they want to get up top fast. Be a little bit more cautious on the other side. A little harder to get those rear flank shots.
A pair of super conks coming out on a THT. It's gonna be a little late getting to the party, but a solid anchor on that rear.
Yeah, you can definitely play them in that G0 spot really nicely, and even if you push up to the rubble pile around F0 and get them hull down, they can really just start doing some serious work.
Right.
See that they are bringing the autoloaders as well. Not the speediest autoloaders to get up there, but definitely some great tanks in terms of punching out DPM.
Right. Also, in a super conk, I think it also might possibly work if you hug them up in the F9, tied up against the building where they come around the corner. But at the same time,
Sure.
if you have like a spotter down in because sometimes they have a sniper down low, and the super conk does have a good enough trolley armor to definitely keep that sniper at bay. You know, lots of work for that tank.
Lots of work. Still, I guess I'm intrigued how they're going to make all that work together. They did bring the machine and the 50B, which does give them some fast flankers or fast tanks to get up on the hill with those IS-7s. On the other side, White Wolf is still bringing that rather quick lineup minus the 2 Super Conquerors. Right. Going to take some time to climb that B line.
All right, over here on the White Wolf side, Straw Hat, Royal Bolt and IS-7s, Super Conks from Jor. Jor, I'm gonna call you that right now. And
we're calling him Jor tonight.
Yep, Jor. God of Thunder, Air Johnson, both the 50Bs, Charge Tech, and Artie Made Me Do It both in the 5A.
Best name of the night, Artie Made Me Do It.
Right.
On the Honored and True side, nothing but the Ford and the Bearded Farmer are in IS-7. We got double T-57 in Atomic Speedies and the Cynic. A machine coming out by Dolphin, double Super Conks by Snipes and Lazarus, and then finally Bama Freak rocking the 50B. Let's go to battle. The telltale on any time we play Himmel's Encounter is see if we're all going up top or if we got something in the mix, shooting down the 1, 2, 3 line early on. Oh, and sure enough, THT is bringing that 50B and machine. And let's see if they can get undetected. That could be some serious hurt, especially into those 2 slow-moving Super Conquerors. The key is not to get detected until, I would say, almost they get to about that 8 line. They could take down 1 Super Conqueror with both of those clips. This could be really devastating for White Wolves initially. They're spotted.
Ooh, fire on that IS already.
Interesting that they're going for the IS-7. They already got the IS-7 down to a 1-shot. This could be huge if they clip it out. No, they're both on reload.
Both on reload. And now they're
not
getting
a
pushed
bad clip.
by
Ooh, look at this
2
rotation.
50Bs and a 5A.
Yeah, they
White
could
Wolves.
be in trouble. A nice counterplay, but are they leaving themselves too thin up top?
At least with the
Honored but
5As
True
and the
is going to
50B,
know.
they do have some good speed up underneath them. Right here we go.
Oh, I think Bama's in a bit of a bad spot.
Nice track shot.
Bama should go down. Okay, so Bama goes down, but Dolphin gets out, which is good, with all of his health. And right now, Honored but True does have an overmatch if they want to take it. And a weak IS-7 up there to boot. I would go all in.
IS-7 going down.
Down goes Straw Hat. Yeah. We need to clean up these 4 tanks up here before those other tanks re-rotate. And it looks like White Wolves is choosing to go down the banana road with those 3 tanks. Very interesting play there because those are guns out of the game.
Right. It's going to be, now, here goes the IS-7. He's going to hold low around there. The minute he starts doing the crest around, that's going to be making it real interesting.
I can't for the life of me figure out why THT is not jumping this really hard at the castle. Because now look at them. They're letting them creep these 50Bs and the 5A, and those are tanks you do not run on your rear side. It looks like Lazarus knows what's up. He meets Air Johnson there with a shot. Snipes, I do not like where Snipes is right now. He's just going to get melted. He's a 1. He goes down. Great focus fire there by White Wolves. These tanks up top are doing a fantastic job for White Wolves. These Super Conquerors are just living and hanging on.
Right? Absolutely.
I mean, how is Unheard Cloth still alive with 4 tanks around him?
Right? Finally going down.
He finally goes down. I don't know if SW, if that was the best move. He needs to flip his tank around and get that gun and that armor facing the right direction. Great clip there by Dolphin. Very close on both sides. Advantage just because of tanks is with THT though. 250Bs fully loaded. Ouch.
Right.
You like this move
reload
going low.
running. So they need to leave the IS-7 alone. Get out the double 57 heavies in the machine. IS-7's just filler.
Squishy tanks out.
Yep.
I wonder if you just leave the 5A holding that edge and let the
Rotate.
50Bs rotate backside. Oh, the 50, here comes the 57s. They're making the rotate.
I don't know if I'd like to lead off in my 50s that way. You can easily get ammo racked. There we go. There we go. They're waiting for
Already
the
made me
push.
do it. Needs to chill. Yeah, he needs to chill.
They're waiting for their
This is going to
spots
really
to
come
drop.
down
Johnson
to the
lost his.
Yeah.
Thunder's lost his. All right, now they're gonna make them think that they rotated again, maybe.
No, here comes nothing but forward. He's going. Okay, so they're going for the rotation. That was really well timed by Honored and True. Very nicely job. Nice job. They need to flip around now.
Atomic
First
should go
57
down.
should go down. 2 more shots.
Low roll. Ooh, a bounce. Critical bounce.
That focus fire's trolling them a little bit there.
There
Really
it is.
competitive game there. Really good game by both sides.
Already do some damage. Here, Dis, why don't you go ahead and go down this games? You want to
Sure.
go down damage?
We'll start over on the White Wolf side and take a look at the notables over here. As we can see, the 2 Super Conqueror players did pretty well there. SW in his Super Conk did 1300, blocking 12, really nice game. Unheard Cloth also blocking 1300 and punching up 2250. Really nice damage output. The 50Bs also had a really nice game on both of those. God of Thunder with 2400 and Air Johnson 2800 damage. So super game. And then finally, Artie made me do it in that 5A that was rolling with those 50Bs through that game. Wonderful game there with 3300 in damage. Those were the standouts over for White Wolves. Looking at
UC
TH
Royal, 3,290
in terms of
block.
I didn't even catch that, but you're right. Yep, you always need to look at the IS-7s because sometimes they don't get the damage, But boy, that blocking really matters.
Right.
That's a lot of shots that tank ate. So GG's to Royal Kaboom. Really good stuff. Going over, but honored and true, winning their outset game. Even with some of the tanks that died kind of early on or held out there, Bama just got off a great game, even though he was one of the first to go down, with putting out over 2,000 and really weakening one of those IS-7s off the back. Both the Super Conquerors did work, holding on up top. Lazarus right there with almost 2,300 in damage, and Snipes with another 2,200 in damage. Looking down, those 57s did some work there. The Cynic, 1,500, almost 1,600 in damage, and the other 57, almost 2,800 in damage, and still blocking 1,200. That's a fantastic game in a 57. Nothing but Ford in the IS-7, almost 2,600 in damage. No blocking damage, but really putting out some good numbers. And then Dolphin in that machine. Keeping that machine alive and getting that machine out of danger on that beeline early in the game, that's a dangerous tank at the end. And you could see 3,800 in damage. Fantastic game. And the win going to Honored but True. Like I said, I didn't really see any fault other than the only thing I think I'd comment on is I would have liked to see White Wolves. They just needed to get the rest of their guns in the game sooner.
Right.
And being a little bit spread out. I get the banana push, and I get what they were trying to do there. And as fast as you think those 50Bs are in 5A, the Honored but True just made some good rotations, stopped that push. Those two Super Conquerors just sat there and ate damage, and it was really well played by them.
Yes, it was.
Looks like we're all back up, huh?
Yep, all right. THT coming out Cobra with the E4. The Beard Farmer Atomic, both in IS-7s. Nothing but Ford coming out in that 705A. The Cynic coming out in the 57 Heavy. Snipes in that Super Conch. Dolphin and Bama both in the 50Bs. Go ahead, Des.
Yeah, and over on the White Wolf side, we got SW in the Object 140. Not a tank you see on this map a lot. Double IS-7s being rocked by Straw Hat and Royal Kaboom. Double Chieftains by Cloth and Atomic Drum. 50B by Air Johnson. And then double 5As by Charged Tech and Already Made Me Do It. Going to be very interesting where that 140 goes. You don't really see 140s in comp action a lot anymore today. At least not as a medium, not with tanks like Bat Chat or the Chisel.
Yeah, they haven't really been in comp since they become a Roman Campbell.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Is you got great gun handling, some good speed, decent turret armor, but they turn to burn down.
Yeah, it's anywhere in the front, doesn't matter. Anything over 100 millimeter, you put in the front, you're damaging that field tank. It was such a good tank. I don't know.
Yeah. Why'd they have to make it into a tinderbox? Beyond me. So, last time, we definitely had THT made that nice aggressive rear flank move. Almost paid off for them. I honestly think if they clipped out that IS-7, not to go back to the last game, but I'm going to go back to the last game. If they would have clipped out that IS-7, I think that could have been a huge game changer.
Right. THT looks like business as usual. They have no worries about anything coming up behind them.
Yeah.
We're just going to go ahead and mosey on up the line.
We're going to
we're going to have a battle.
Big hill brawl. This one where you just set that camera in the middle of the town square and watch it go down. Those 50Bs definitely should get up there pretty quickly, and that 140 and the 50B on the other side. Always kind of critical who gets all of their tanks up there kind of grouped together.
Right.
That's why some teams choose even to run like a medium just to establish that early presence. It looks like those 50Bs did a really nice job from THT. Dolphin and Bama Freak are up there. They can get those early clips out. Ooh, especially against that 140, that could be devastating. And SW says, I don't want any of that. And smartly pulls back. Ooh, and puts in a nice little snapshot there on Dolphin. Here comes the rest of White Wolves. White Wolves are using the Chieftain and the 5A to kind of play those hold down positions while they get their tanks up into position up at the rubble pile. It looks like THT is really loading up the low side.
Now, White Wolf's not rotating. Finally getting all their guys up. Looks like we're going to have a war on two fronts.
Yeah.
The THT looks like they're going to be they're willing to wait.
Yeah, so they want to keep that high ground and create that echelon. And here comes the push. Good focus fire there, boom. Down goes Charged Tech.
And White Wolf's barrels pointing every which direction. There we go. Yeah, now get them dialed in on the E4.
Yep.
There we go. Now get the
Conqueror's a one shot.
That conch out. Chieftain's got that one. There we go. Oh, White Wolves, there we go.
Really good. They got to keep it going, though. Got to keep it going.
The 50B out. Yep, get the 50Bs out.
50B's a 2.
Oh, one more. Oh, you got it.
Ooh, Bama good shot by Bama.
Oh.
And they get Bama out.
Now
really,
it's down to the
THT
Chieftains.
just did a better job of focus fire and preserving their hit points. He really just pulled back and baited White Wolves into that push.
There you go. This Chieftains, man, they're doing some hella work.
Position.
Right. I mean, Atomic, they just need to get one more big. Cynic's going to be the problem, though. Comes that screaming. Well, got some good bounces going.
Yep. I don't have a problem with the push that they made around the low side. It really just came down to who had the better focus fire going in.
Right.
And I think THT just kept backing up, and focusing out tanks. And you could just see it with the damage spread over there on the THT side.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So let's take a look at White Wolves first. And again, I'm just at touch on the notables there, but we'll go ahead and look and see if any of the IS-7s were able to throw up some block damage. Definitely Royal again threw up 1,100. SW in that 140 was able to crank out 1,000 damage, but I just don't know if that's enough from a medium tank to make it worthwhile to push up that hill. The two biggies there were the Chieftains that you saw at the end, really punching out damage. Atomic Drum there in the Chieftain with 3 kills and 3,400 damage. A little bit of blocking damage, had a super game, and then Unheard Cloth with 3,500 in damage. Those Chieftains definitely put in their game. Over on the THT side, just good games, great damage spread all the way across. Bama Freak in the 50B, punching out 1,700, getting out a couple clips there. Snipes in the Super Conqueror, another 1,100. Cobra, almost 1,300 in the E4. Their IS-7 driver. Bearded Farmer, putting out 2,300 in damage. Really nice game. And then you get into some of the bigger numbers here across the board. Everybody over 2K. Dolphin in the 50B, 2,200. 57 in the Cynic, almost 3K there. The other IS7 punching in 2,400. And then nothing but the Ford 87 in the 705A punching out 3,500 in damage and almost blocking 900. So another nice game there. Again, nothing wrong with what White Wolves is doing. It's just fine-tuning the execution on the focus fire. And maybe not bringing the 140. That would be my other tip.
Yes, sir. Definitely some good games going on. And then remember, 10 p.m. slot, NFTG, and L7. Get everybody riled up for that one.
Oof. Hey, remember the last time those kids got together? That was a silly night.
Gonna be absolutely insane.
Mayhem. Yeah, get some popcorn, get a drink, sit back, relax. If you're tired, go make some coffee because this one's going to be worth watching. Heck, you won't need coffee once you watch it. You're going to be just fine. There'll be enough excitement in that one. So this now we're moving over to the White Wolves pick. Remember, that last map was THT's pick, Himmelsdorf. So they took both games on their map. So both games close. So let's see if the White Wolves on Ravage Capital now can tie this thing up. I'd love to see these two teams take it to Ghost Town. And by no means have these games been blowouts so far.
You know, it's in the new Discord. If you have Discord on your PC, you can play Twitch live. So look right there in the different WNF links. You can see that the player is right there in your screen. You don't even have to turn on Twitch no more through your internet browser.
That's cool.
Right? Gotta love
Did not
Discord
know that.
to update.
Yeah, they're doing some great stuff.
Speaking of Discord, you're watching and you haven't seen it before, you're not part of the community, there you go, there's the link.
Yeah, you want to get yourself hooked in there on Discord.
There's the WNF community link.
And we'll get you right into the community link, and you can see when the upcoming matches are. You can actually watch in the chat. Lots of good stuff. Doing upcoming stuff is happening. We've had some really fun competitions over the last month or two. World at War battles have been super fun. Bringing multi-base into the format has been also a nice shot in the arm. So some good stuff coming.
Right. And there's our link, WNF YouTube. Go over there, give us a subscribe.
YouTube channel. You can check out any of the past games. You know, sometimes we reference like that NFTG and L7 last matchup. That one is a lot of people have gone over and watched that one several times.
Right.
Just to look at how two of the best go at it in comp and in NBA format. So
well, another big thing there on YouTube is there is 3 years of comp tanking over there on YouTube that we have now collected from every team under the sun. THT coming out with Bama, Cynic, both in 183s. Beard Farmer, Atomic, both in IS7s. Dolphin, nothing but a Ford, 705As. Snipes and Lazarus, Super Conks. Go ahead, Des.
Yeah. On the White Wolf side, we got an E3 by Already Made Me Do It, Straw Hat, and the Death Star. Double IS7s with Charge Tech and Air Johnson. The Mouse being rocked by God of Thunder. And then 3 Super Conquerors, Cloth, SW, and Royal. Boom. So this will be interesting, especially with the Death Stars. Those Death Stars can be devastating in these corridors on Ravage Capital. So it's going to be interesting to see where these teams set them up. And again, I'd also argue that the E3 is a similar type of tank, not quite as devastating in terms of its punch, but definitely a pain in the butt to get through with that armor and APCR shell. It can clog up a path quickly.
It's kind of funny. A lot of people kind of groaned in the very beginning. Like GTL wanted to introduce this, and everybody was kind of like, eh. And now it seems like everybody kind of loves Ravage. You either love it or you hate it. One of the two. It's a love-hate.
Yeah. Well, it's a map that has that city feel to it. I think people feel it's pretty balanced, obviously. It's a very symmetrical map in that regard. I don't think either side has an advantage.
THT is going away from the cap.
Yeah.
All the way to the K line.
Good point, legit. I was just about to make that point, is that can be a hard to get on the cap, especially if White Wolves jumps on that cap right now. Because you can defend it. See, on that EF line where they're loading up, you can make it really hard to cross. And if you tuck your tanks in on the backside, I would like to see cap pressure by White Wolves right now. I would spread out on that backside and get that cap going, and there it is.
There's some good spots. Got that super conk getting that. So now the gig's up. They know where some of them are.
They got to get three. Yeah, well, they got three tanks on the cap.
And they're going to put the E3 to clog the lane over there on the 8 line.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good call.
I'd like where SW is. Yeah, really smart. Hold down, just that turret, and he almost has it tilted back a little bit, which I even like more. Oh, he got hit though. What did he get hit with?
183.
High explosive.
Cynic.
Cynic.
And here comes the crash.
Yeah.
Oh, goodbye, turret.
Good pop top.
Oh, there's another ammo rack into the 705. Huge.
Double ammo rack by the E3. Wow.
Ouch. This is where you got to make some rotations now by White Wolves. You got all their tanks grouped up in almost a kill box here. They're not pushing over.
They're sneaking their mouths and their IS-7s down the back line.
Yeah, and the IS-7's on the other side. I like this play. This can really pinch them if they do it right.
Yeah, that E3 gets up all the way up there on the left side as you're looking here on the screen. Yeah. This is certain doom. Oh, boy. White Wolves laying it down.
Especially
another
if that
ammo
mouse
rack.
Backed up by a Death Star. Yeah, this could be good. They almost just really baited them. I think THT just needed, it's not over yet by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, it is.
This is over.
THT needed to be aggressive, and they got to the cap, but they didn't push over and through and take out those super conks.
Right, yeah.
They just all sat there and got bled from 3 sides. Really good strat there by White Wolves.
There it is.
Wow. Good job, White Wolves. Brings it back to a 1-2 game. They only lost 1 tank. Super good game.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir, if you want to do the damage.
Yeah. We'll go to the honored but true side and take a look at some of the damage spread. We got Snipes there in the Super Conk, punching out almost 1,700, 800 blocking. Pretty good game there. Dolphin in the 705A, putting out about $2,000 in damage. Not too bad. Beard Farmer, doing almost 2,500 and blocking 1,600. That's a nice game in an IS-7 there. And their big hitter up top in the Death Star was the Cynic with over 3K in damage. Some tanks, definitely registering. Some other tanks, I would have liked to see them push out a little bit more damage. And wow, looking at the White Wolf side, just an awesome damage spread across the board. Up there on top is SW with 2,500 in damage coming out on that Super Conch. The other Super Conch, Royal, also did a nice job. 2,700. Look at the blocking damage. 2,500 and 2,600 in damage. That's a super game out of a Super Conch. Really well played there. Unheard Cloth, also 2,700 damage in that Super Conch. Doing a great job there. The E3 doing its work. 2,500 in damage there. Really nice. And then the big tank, Straw Hat in the Death Star, 4 grand. And really super job just across the board. I really liked what White Wolves did there.
Right. So figure these numbers out there. 2 kills, 3 for 3 for 3 with the 35-29 with an E3. That's only 3 shells.
Wow. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Popping that top early with the 705, I mean, that was huge. And when I say push through the cap at those tanks, I'm not saying just push through willy-nilly and just spam your tanks across the map on the field side. I'm saying you pick a side and you push down on it hard. It covers you up, it defends you from the flanks, and then it gives you an opportunity to assess what you got left. And you still got to call the game from that point forward. But I don't think you can just sit there on the cap and trade. Not on Ravaged Capital, because there's too many opportunities to do exactly what White Wolves did, and that was envelop you from 3 sides.
Right. Well, we'll see this time around what THT is going to do to adapt to this. So, E3 coming back out. Could we possibly see Game 5? I hope so.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if White Wolves executes the way they just did, we're going to Game 5 for sure. And that has to be a big confidence boost to them. They had 2 close matches, came up just a little bit short on Himmels, but that was a pretty good trouncing by White Wolves. So they have to be feeling pretty darn confident that they can match up nicely against THT.
1 minute remaining left on there. Trio of White Wolves again, coming out with the Super Conchs. Can't blame them. Coming out 8K combined with between all 3 of those tanks, so let them sing.
Yeah.
A few more to be picked over on this side. Alrighty, here we go. Air Johnson, E4. Already made me do it in E3. Straw Hat in the 183. Cloth, SW, Royal, all in Super Conchs. Atomic in the Chieftain. Tech in the 5A. Over to you, Dis.
Is that too many TDs for their rules?
I'm not sure. You'll have to consult Hells on that one. On the THT side, we have Bama Freak bringing out the Chisel, double IS-7s by Farmer and Atomic, a Machine by Dolphin, double Super Conchs by Snipes and Laz, and then double Chieftains, Nothing But the Ford and the Cynic. I'm not sure on the ruling for 880 Encounter. It would depend really what competition rules we're using. Normally it's either limited to 2 or it's 2 of the same kind. If you bring a third, it has to be different. Like, trying to figure out if we're ready to launch or not here. Yes, we are trying to figure out if we're to do 2 TDs or 3.
I just talked to him. There we go. Got it all. I'll set it in. He's going to swap
Yeah, so we're
out.
going to go 2.
Yep, we're going to go
Yeah,
2
we're going to
TD.
go with 2 apiece. There we go.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. Bringing out another chieftain. I love that thing.
Yeah. Well, definitely, I like that White Wolves kind of has a concept of what they want to run and what they want to accomplish. They definitely like those hold-down tanks on this map. I would not be surprised to see the same thing. I can't really see a lot of those hold-down British tanks just trundling down the middle of one of these roads. The field side seems to be the side to play those tanks.
Oh yeah, this
and
is
then
going to be a fight.
Your, and then use your TDs then to hold the roads.
Yeah, now that THT kind of knows the feel of everything, yeah, I wouldn't I wouldn't be pushing my guys anywhere else. Unless you had a couple on the fold-in shot, get some good cheeky flankers going on. I could see that working.
Mm-hmm. I could see that too, and definitely with the IS-7s and the machine, it gives you those possibilities to be a little bit more mobile. But here's THC sending those Super Conquerors, looks like towards the south again. And true to form, White Wolves is going to load up those hull-down tanks on the field side of the cap. Chieftain gets spotted early on by the machine, but so's the machine, and Dolphin's out there all by himself. Well, maybe he has a little bit of help back there with the other Chieftain. They got to be careful. Bama Freak's coming down in the Chisel. They're hanging way back.
And here comes the Super Conks laying it down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the consistent
how
fire,
far is
keeping their heads down, not able to even peek, and using 3 tanks to just absolutely clog one entire side. Ooh, good shot.
Oh, for sure. THT is moving now down the middle line, 5 line, towards the cap with a few of their tanks. I think this is allowing THT to get set up a little bit, where the cap pressure before kind of forced them to panic. And they're met right there with the 5A and the other 2 chieftains by White Wolves. Got
nice
2 little battles
bounce
going on here.
They're on charge tech, came in there at the right angle and got huge bounces off his track. So nice angling.
He's doing a really good job with these chieftains of kind of delaying that push into the cap by THT.
Dolphin's completely wrapped around now.
There.
He used the tunnel. Not really getting any shots anywhere, but he's going to try to get... Ooh, there's an engine shot.
Double. Tracking shot. And 3. He pinned 3. Not bad.
Not bad.
But this push has to pay off now for White Wolves. White Wolves has to take out this Sorry, the chisel. They already took out the chieftain. The other chieftain has to go too.
Cynic bounces the E3 shot right off his turret. Dolphin's going to be reloaded.
E4 needs to punish right now and
Right.
not let his E3 go down.
Oh,
Great clip there by Dolphin.
and he bounces it. Dolphin bounces the E4 shot.
Oh. Dolphin goes down. This is really
So
important
many-
for White Wolves. They need to get the chieftain out.
Right, but here
and
comes the
before
plank.
that Super Conqueror needs to get into the bowl or hold that ridge. This is really important for SW to hold this ridge with the other chieftain.
Crazy rotations on
rotate it to tank
rotations.
Air Johnson in the E4. Go through the tunnel. Smart.
Wow. White Wolves coming out and just showing flexing their muscles on the hold down abilities.
They can win this really easily if they make good trades and use these tanks properly. No reason to YOLO over, even though you are up a tank. Unheard Cloth is very weak in terms of hit points, so needs to be careful.
Johnson delete a tank. Almost.
Big shots.
Straw Hat, they're getting too antsy.
Yeah.
Don't let these guys
Atomic
beat you up.
Speedies is super weak. He goes down.
4 reloaded. Right into the beard farmer.
Rotating that E4 underneath in that position is filthy, especially when you got tanks clogged up on that 8 line.
GG's
now you can be
White Wolves.
aggressive.
We're going to have game 5. Oh my
White Wolves,
God.
good job. They're winning both on their map. I'm honored and true. Won both
Wow.
on their map.
GG's, guys.
Really
GG's.
great. Now we get to go to Ghost. Fantastic, White Wolves.
All right, Disc, go ahead and go down the damage, sir, if you want to.
Yeah, we'll go THT. We'll start it out right
Oh my
there.
God, Atomic. Oh my God.
yeah, Atomic did some work right there. Down there in the IS-7, punched out 1,000 in damage, but blocked 3160. That's an awesome game using that IS-7 armor. Really good. Farmer also blocked 1,300. Pretty good job right there. Two other notables, Dolphin in his machine, that really nice clip into the back of the E3, put up almost 2,400 in damage and blocked 1,200. Snipes also in the Super Conqueror, pretty decent game there, 1,800, blocking 800, and then Cynic in that Chieftain, almost putting up 4K, really spectacular game, and almost blocking 1,700. So it was a super nice job on that side. Over on White Wolves, tying it up 2-2. And if you could believe it, winning this game with having 2 tanks put out a 0 and 8, you would not think you're going to win that game. But sure enough, they have 3 tanks over $4,000. Down at the bottom in the E4, we have Air Johnson doing $2,000. And now for the big boys, in the Super Conqueror, Unheard Cloth, 4728 in damage in the Super Conch. I'll take that any day of the week.
Right.
SW in his Super Conch, almost putting up $5,000 in damage, and then Atomic almost putting up $5,000 in damage. That's amazing work, and that's why they won that game.
Right, no joke.
GG's to White Wolf.
I'm going to give out an extended. White Wolf is interested. We're going to be having the special coming up later on this month. We're going to see the Americans are going to be attacking Brit at the 10 p.m. hour, because 9 p.m. we have 2nd PD versus KMD. They have confirmed So that is locked in. I would like to see what White Wolves is going to do in something like that. Damn.
Yeah. Their British tank play is spectacular. Spectacular. And you could tell they did their homework on that map. Their trades were excellent. And you could just tell they were playing with a ton of confidence.
Right. And THT didn't do anything wrong. I mean, they were...
Nope.
It was just... They had it.
It was kind of like Himmel's. It was...
Right.
White Wolves didn't do anything wrong. THT just had their number on it, and they just flipped the script on Ravage Capital. So I love what I'm seeing out of both these teams. And honestly, I couldn't pick it going into Game 5. I think the momentum is clearly on the White Wolf side. They just had two really spectacular games back to back, so they got to be feeling it. But who knows? Let's see if THT has the strat to knock down White Wolves here after tying this thing up.
Right. I think THT would be with the hopefully coming up soon GTL Season 3 that I think these two would probably see each other again in the Intermediate League, in the GTL.
Sure. Yeah. Both these teams would be fantastic in either competition. I could watch these teams play all night. They're super good. And I mean, gosh, when you're throwing up numbers like 5K almost in your super conks, come on.
Right. That is straight up legitimate.
Yeah.
Waiting on 3 over for White Wolves. Waiting on 2 over at THT. Up next.
THT kind of going.
Okay, I was going to say up next. Legit, what do we got going on? What's the 10 p.m. hour looking like?
Up next, we got the mother of all mothers, the rematch of the ages. L7, NFTG, 880, NBA, best of 9 special.
Wow.
It's going to be a long one, boys.
Yeah. I just remember that comeback by NFTG being down to L7. What a game. And it looks like we got all the tanks up and ready for the deciding Game 5.
Air Johnson E4, Straw Hat 183, God of Thunder, Charging Tech, Bolton Mouse's Cloth, SW Bolton, Super Conks, Atomic in the Chieftain, Artie maybe do it 5A.
Yeah, and on THT, we got double E4s by Dolphin and Bama Freak, double IS7s by Cobra and Farmer, double 57s by Speedies and Cynic, and then double Super Conks, Snipes and Laz. Let's go.
Game 5, winner takes all.
Mm-hmm.
And THT had won the coin flip, so they elected to stay on their side.
Copy that. It's interesting. I think one of the things important always looking at Ghost Town is controlling the engagement. Do you get to dictate where you want to have the fight? And that is always kind of the standoff on this map. And the team that's able to execute that the best tends to be the winner, especially when all things are being equal. These 57s are a nice counterpunch to the mouse on the other side, especially with those heat rounds. You can butter through it, but it takes a few clips to get one of them out. You're not going to clip out a mouse even close to 157 clip. 3,000 hit points to work through, and you got 2 of them. That's 6,000 hit points. Those are fantastic. Yeah, fantastic anchor tanks.
Mouse deleting machines.
Mm-hmm. But if there's a tank that can butter off a lot of hit points, that's the tank.
57s. I mean, typically, this is like their home. This is where you see them.
Mm-hmm.
Not really other maps, but especially here on Ghost Town, they just become commonplace. On Himmels, I've seen it a few times and have them work really well.
Yep. They're squaring off on that center ramps. Like, this is a pretty meta setup on both sides. Probably a little bit more so, I would say, with White Wolves, getting 2 tanks on each of the ramps, kind of holding some tanks back in reserve there. And now we're seeing a little bit of a grouping by THT way over here down on that H line. And they're going to go around the outside, so there's no vision there. White Wolves does not know that these 4 tanks are trundling down. They have 0 intel. And 2 IS-7s and E4.
The Mauses and E4, they were already looking that way. They were pre-aimed.
Wow.
They were waiting for
Nice.
it. White Wolves pulls the Maus in, covers up the E4 while it reloads. Brilliant. Friggin' brilliant.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Good job there. God of Thunder, protecting the E4.
And here comes
and now that blocks
rotate.
up that. Now look at this. Here comes the rotation. Yep.
Yeah, these guys are dead.
Now they.
But here's the 57s. They have to
should.
drive across. Oh God, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, don't stop.
Oh, good tracking shot. You gotta go. You gotta go.
You gotta go. Oh, Straw. He made the. Yep, he made the wrong decision of stopping and turning.
Yeah. He might have been told by his caller. You never know. Sometimes a tanker does something, and it's because the caller's telling him to do it.
Boom, boom, boom. Are they going to be making the trades
They're just
worthwhile?
bleeding too much. You got to get these tanks out, White Wolves, if they're going to have a chance, because here comes THT. And
Oh, there's Atomics coming down on fire. Trying to get down in the fight. Oh, and there's another big hit. He's down to a 1-shot.
wow. THT with a little bit of a hit point advantage going in this. Just a cluster of tanks, alive tanks, dead tanks.
Cynic is up here taking 4 on, 3 on 1, 4 on 1. He just now finally goes down.
Yeah.
The only problem is the E4 is tied up with the IS-7, so the IS-7 has actually done a great job of holding them off. Cynic's going to be able to come in here with
no
a
room to
couple
maneuver.
rounds.
Yeah, and that Air Johnson goes down.
I liked it. It was
It should
explosive.
really be
a lot of pop. I
It
liked
was.
it. That was fun.
Yeah. Super battle. It looks like Cloth is down to a 1-shot. God of Thunder is down to 2 shots. And that should be all she wrote. And there it is. THT takes it 3-2, but really a great game across the board by both teams. Really played well. And right to the hour mark. So these teams really pushed it right to the end. Over on the White Wolves side, looking at some of the damage, pretty nice spread across the board for them. Atomic Drum punching out 1,400 in the Chieftain there. Skipping down to Unheard Cloth in the Super Conqueror, putting up 2,100, almost blocking 900 damage. SW in the Super Conq, another 1,300 in damage, blocking 800. God of Thunder in the Mouse, 1651, blocking 2,300 damage. Really good, protecting that E4 right at the start of the game. In the other Mouse, Charged Tech, 2,300, blocking 16, and the Air Johnson in the E4 with almost 2,900 in damage, blocking 2,200 in the E4. Really super game there by the E4. But the winners of the night, THT, Honored and True, doing a great job. Huge damage spread across the board. Bama Freak in the E4, 2,300 in damage, blocking almost 1,300. Dolphin in his E4, punching out 1,600. Cobra in the IS-7, almost putting out 1,800 in damage. Really nice game there. and then just some super conk games there. Snipes again, 4K in the super conk. Laz not putting out quite as much there, 1200, but the 57s really turning it on tonight. The Cynic in the 57 Heavy putting out 3600 in damage, and his battle buddy Atomic Speedies in his 57 putting out 3700 in damage. So great games to both teams tonight, but THT, they're the victor.
Awesome. Awesome. We'll be having that game edited and uploaded to YouTube as soon as we can. Be able to watch that match over and over. I know that they probably most definitely will, because I will. I'm going to go back and watch it. That was fun.
Yeah, really good.